All right, everybody, this is Sheets, and in case I don't get to do this live, um, I'm going to be doing my first real super draft slate and want to kind of go through my process of how I'm doing this. And again, this is all real work in progress. I haven't really, perfected this yet, to say the least, but this is what I feel comfortable with. So first of all, it is important that everybody understands the scoring for super draft. Number one, on a macro level, what they do is they assign everybody a multiplier, and whatever they score fantasy points wise, they multiply that by that multiplier, and that's your score. Okay, and they do it by position. We'll get to that in a minute. But it is important to kind of know how the scoring works within the fantasy point range. So, a quick look at the Superdraft scoring will turn you on to the fact that it's kind of a mixture of DraftKings and FanDuel. It basically adds all of it. So where you do have those 3-point bonuses for DraftKings and triple-double stuff, they do add that. And yet they also add the same volatility that FanDuel adds for the blocks and steals, right? Where it has a 3-point block, 3-point steal, -1 for turnovers. But like I said, but also has the extra juice of the triple-double upside and 3-point shooting upside from DraftKings. So I guess that's good. It's bad. It is what it is. But you do have to adjust your projections to account for that. And that was actually no easy feat. And not every site has projections like this. So you have to kind of tweak a little bit. You have to use the underlying metrics to come up with your own projections if you want to do that. And it took me quite a while, but I am able to at least generate my own projections for at least this slate. And what I did was I uploaded them into Fantasy Cruncher. Okay. And it's good that my wife is giving me her whole schedule over there. And so what I did was I uploaded my projections. I replaced whatever was in here before to see kind of what happens with all this. So if you see within Fantasy Cruncher, you get, well, first of all, you see the positions over here, but you see they already multiply it out for you. So you see you'll have, my projection for LeBron was 52.5, but they multiply that by 1.05, and then you get this final projection, right? So this is the general idea, is you use the multiplier to come up with how many points you think they're going to score. Now, like with everything else on DFS, there's a function of ownership, and there's very, very little out there with respect to ownership for Superdraft. Very, very little. You have to kind of use your head and and kind of sense who you think is going to be highly owned. And what I like to do is probably try to, give up a little bit of projection equity in exchange for kind of a lower named player. Okay, so if you have two guys and one of them's a little bit worse than the other, but you can just tell that the other guy's is going to be higher owned, then you just go with that. The other thing is what you want to do, like anything else DFS-wise, is you want to pick the guy, especially in GPPs, that has the most upside, right? Not somebody that's just going to generate his median time and time again, but someone's got a little bit of upside, and that again requires, some your personal touch that you kind of put on this. So I don't know how I'm going to present this, but let's. So right now, here's kind of the list of players, and so you'll see that small forward, for example. If I have to pick a small forward, the difference between LeBron and basically anybody else is so wide that I don't think I can fade it, right? I mean, to go all the way down to quite a full 2 points. So that would probably be the first thing I would do is put LeBron in. So let's do that. Let's get a lineup builder here. I mean, I don't want an optimizing builder. I want to build these by hand, at least to start off with. So what do we got? $18, $6K for first, and let's enter a new lineup. So the first thing that we said was that LeBron. But the thing is that Luka is also eligible as a forward. Okay, remember, it's not small forward or power forward, it's just forwards. So let's see if that changes anything with respect to this. Well, no, I mean, he is still like the highest ranked guy, and plus the multiplier, you know, you got to go all the way down to. See, even Luka is rated to be a 51, which is much less. So we're going to start with LeBron as being a really good play. Let's see who's next overall on the list is Harden. So Harden is 54 shooting guard. The next highest shooting guard, though, is Dashante Murray, who's really close. Okay. And then under that is Irving, who's pretty close. And then under that, you go down a step. So there's a little bit of a drop between these top guys and all the way down to Curry. But I definitely think that Dashante Murray will be the lowest owned of all these. Like if you had to choose between Harden, Dashante Murray, and Curry, you know, and Irving, I would say that the two lowest owned would be Irving and Murray. Now, again, just like anything else, I don't want to use probably Harden and Irving in the same lineup. So it's either for me going to be Irving and Murray or Harden and Murray, right? So let's do that. So let's first put in Dashante Murray. He would be first. The fact that I have to look for him is actually good news. All right, so we're going to add Dashante Murray in there. And, well, you want to get back to these guys? Let's get back to them. So let's look at center first. So Jokic looks to be an extremely strong play at 54. But then you get Sabonis, who's 1 point less. So is that enough to get? Before I do that, I want to see some of these like cheaper guys. Let me just take a look and see like Alex Len. Like, how did these guys? Alex Len didn't even make my list, which is a little annoying. Oh, I have to go to the other page. Okay. Okay. So it doesn't look like any of these low multiplier guys are going to make it, but let's just take a look. So we have center is going to be either Jokic or Sabonis. The question is, again, is that 1 point that Jokic is worse than oh, let's re-rank these over here. These ranked properly? Yeah, these are ranked properly. Forgot the Jeremy Grant. Did I do this wrong? No, I'm fine. We're gonna get to Grant in a second. Yeah, we're definitely gonna play him, by the way. So it looks like at center, Jokic and then Sabonis. So either or. Let's just see. Well, again, there's no correlation issues because we're only going to take one guy from Denver, one guy from Indiana. So let's, for the sake of being, I don't know what's worth it. Want to flip a coin? Let's put, you know what, we'll put Jokic in first. And then we will see. Can't do whatever. So now I mentioned that Jeremy Grant was a next best play at forward, and where is he? Grant. We're going to put him over here, and let's go back and see where we're at. Oh, not that guy. Get back and check out. Nope, where'd he go? Where is my? Oh, here. So Jeremy Grant. Who's the next forward to put in? So it would be either Kawhi, he's almost a 53, or Luka, who has multiple position eligibility. So it seems like a decent enough drop that I'd want to play Kawhi. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put Kawhi in. I don't know how to search for these guys all that well. Kawhi Leonard. Now again, because we play Kawhi, we probably don't want to play Paul George, right? So then two other guards. So I think we should probably take either Harden or Irving, right? Harden or Irving. It's a question of ownership, right? Well, we'll do one of one and one of the other. And then who was the next guard that we liked? Either Curry or Quickly. These are very similar. So let's shuffle these in. So we'll do some Curry, some Quickly. But again, we don't want to do Harden with Curry. I think that's a little too chalky. I don't think Harden with, well, Harden and Quickly is interesting because at least there's a run back there. So why don't we do Harden with Quickly and Irving with Quickly? So let's start with Harden and Quickly. Harden and Quickly. Where is he? Quickly's probably way down on the list here. How do I? Oh, I could probably do this by, yeah. Where's Quickly? Quickly over here. And so let's do that. So this is how we build a lineup. And now what we're going to do is we're going to build multiple lineups. 6. Do I have enough for this? Yeah. So let's. Ooh, is that enough? I have 115. Yeah. So let's put all these in. Now let's see how if it's easy to. Now again, I'm pretty sure that you can change these kind of after lock as well. So I don't want to edit all. I just want to edit one. So let's edit. That's editing all. I don't want to edit all. Let's just want to edit one. Can you do that? Let's see. Let's edit one and see what happens. So what do we say? We're going to take out Quickly and use, well, we were going to use Irving and Quickly, right? Irving and Quickly. Boom. Okay. And then what we wanted to do was we wanted to change out, who was it? Oh, yeah, how do you do this? 7 entries. I could do a full player swap. I want to change one of these. I guess I don't know how to do that. I mean, I could always do a CSV edit this way, right? All right, so this takes a little bit of work. I have to figure out how to edit one lineup when they're all the same. Now, again, what I also could do is I could just use my projections like this and then just have it build it for me, right? So we could build, let's build 6 lineups using Fantasy Cruncher. Using my, oh, well, we use project multiplier. Then it'll build these, and you'll see that these are pretty common. But I don't want Harden and Irving in the same lineup, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll build a rule here. So let's build a group. Create a new group. Let's do Kyrie, and then we'll do Harden, and we're going to do max. At most 1 player from this group. Is it good? So is that it? Is that we're good? So now we'll go back to here, and then we'll do it again. So let's delete this crunch, and we'll do it again. Let's see. Okay, and this actually filled in some Sabonis also. Oh, it gave Sabonis in a forward position. That was pretty sharp of it. So yeah, good. So let's then export this. We'll export it to here. So that was 6, and I put them on the other screen, by the way. And let's go back. We'll do CSV edit again. Download template here. And you'll see that this has the same lineup every time, so we don't need to do that. So let's replace 6 of them. Crunch lineups. Boom. They're good. Save. And then Upload. Boom. No errors found. Submit. Submit. Now let's see if they display. And now it's got all the lineups in here. So again, I think that's my first Superdraft build. Probably going to change that at some point. But yeah, that's the way I would do it. And maybe that's a little bit too easy, but that's the way I would do it if I have a good set of projections that multiply and I could fade ownership a little bit along the way. It's good enough for me. So let's see what happens. Oh wait, one other thing again. I also wanted to mention that you don't want to have any undue correlation. Again, no Harden and Kyrie in the same lineup. Helps to have Harden and quickly against each other. The one thing I wanted to change, I didn't want to have Irving quickly, which I do have. Excellent. All right, sounds good. Good luck. Maybe I'll do some more of these live.